Welcome everybody, one and all. I am Josh Fuller, and you are listening to This Week in Texas Music. This is an extension of our radio show that broadcasts live on 99.7 FM in the Montgomery County and surrounding areas. We have also extended that now to podcast form. We are glad to have you along. Every week we celebrate Texas music. We celebrate the scene, we celebrate the people, we celebrate the new artists, we celebrate the old artists that made this thing possible, made Texas music the powerhouse that it is today. This is a celebration of Texas music, the songwriters, the producers, the singers, the guitar players, the guy that picks up the drumstick when it drops on the floor. Welcome to This Week in Texas Music. Let's get to the show. This week we have Mr. Chuck Wimer joining us, and he has his new song "Life Goes On," and you're out here promoting it. But you were in town, luckily, doing a show, and we were lucky enough to get you to come on in and stop by and talk about everything else that's going on with you.
I appreciate it. Thanks for having me in.
Yeah, I'm
glad. First time being able to come out and see you guys.
Yeah.
And, matter of fact, it was 3 weeks ago, whatever it was. We were out there in Willis, and somebody was like, "I heard you on K-Star." I was like. Are we that close to K-Star? And then Jamie looked it up, and sure enough, we were. So we were like, well,
it's all relative. When you're in Texas, you're close and far everywhere you are.
It's true. I mean, we consider local.
Yeah.
2 hours is local.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah.
Talk to people in other states, and they're like, "You do what?"
Yeah. 2 hours. Is it within 2 hours? Yeah. Okay, I'll be there in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
But if you're inside Houston, then it's like it's where? Oh, it's 2 miles down the road. I'll see you in an hour. So that's
same
pretty
in
much
San
how
Antonio.
it is.
So that's why we just 2 hours is local.
Yeah.
But we were able to play out here, and we love this town. We love the general area, and we had the band out here a couple of weeks ago, and we had a great time. So
awesome.
We're trying to get out here a little bit more often, and we've been successful. So.
Good, man. I did the little digging. I saw your schedule. You've got dates, a lot of dates. You're definitely staying busy, which is always a good thing. And how many pieces of a band are you traveling with?
So we have 4 players, and Jamie runs sound, merch, and everything else. So if it doesn't happen behind the microphone, our 5th piece is Jamie, and she's also the one that handles all the booking and all that too. So we get to do that on site when we're done. We might have to work together and write some kind of a tribute song for the 5th piece, kind of like the 12th Man. The Aggies have the 12th Man. It goes under noticed, I think, the amount of work behind the scenes it takes, and you're lucky that you got someone to do that for you. That's a really good. Absolutely.
It's hard. There's so much to do now to be a musician. I've talked about this before, but used to all you had to do was get your bus time, your bus call, and get your little itinerary. What time do I got to be there for sound check, and when is downbeat?
I think that's still the way that Randy Rogers guys do it, because I had the opportunity to talk to Brady Black. He did some stuff on a couple of my songs, and he's like, bus calls in New Braunfels at whatever time, and I was like, you got bus call? You ain't got to do nothing else. You just show up,
Man, my bus call was I got to call the bus station and figure out what time the bus is running to wherever I was going. I never had a bus, but I always thought it was real cool. There's certain phrases and stuff you hear in the industry, whether it be Hollywood or music, and bus call is one of those. It just sounds so fancy and fun.
It does, right?
Yeah.
We have a van call.
Van call. There you go. I have a call my guys, ask if they left yet and if they're still planning on meeting me at the venue or at the restaurant beforehand.
So we do that sometimes, and then a lot of times it's whose house we're going to meet at, whether it's my drummer or my bass player. It just depends on who's going where and what side of town we're leaving to. Unless we're going south, usually we go pick them up at their place.
Okay.
Even though we have a lot more parking at mine, but
there you go.
We just got to go out there and make it happen.
So are these bandmates of yours, have they been with you for a while? I know you've been at music for a while.
Yeah, so my bass player, he's the one that's been with us all the way through since we put the band together.
Okay.
My original lead guitar player was my dad, but my dad is a gypsy. And that's a song that's going to be coming out eventually.
My dad is a gypsy. I
haven't got it done right yet. I really want to put a lot of good effort into that one and make it a winner. But I was like, hey, Dad, we got a show in October. Are you going to be able to commit to it? He's like, I don't even know if I'm going to be in the state. I said, okay, we need to get another guitar player.
He's a rambling man.
Yeah, he is. He's great story. But he's driven across country, all the way from California up to Nova Scotia, from Alaska down to Florida.
Wow.
Like, he's crossed the country on a motorcycle and lives in a tent when he does it. And now he's living on our property. But
see, that's what, when people ask what does freedom mean to you, that's freedom.
It is.
That is awesome. That's it's just such a cool. Maybe one day I'll do something like that.
Anytime he got behind on finances or something, it'd be like creditors are like trying to get their money. He's like, find me.
Find me. If you can find me, you can have it. If you can find me, you can have what's in my pocket.
You're looking for the bike? I don't know. Find me. But no, he's got himself, I think he's free and clear now, debt free. So that's one of the benefits of that kind of life is you're debt free, and your son gets to write songs about you.
There you go, and have stories to tell. Absolutely. So you're an Army veteran. You started playing guitar in the Army, or while you were
I started when I was 16.
Okay.
So I actually started writing songs because my dad, he had written a song, and I thought he was a songwriter. So I was like, well, shoot, I'm going to follow in Daddy's footsteps and be a songwriter. We were on opposite sides of the coast. So, I just started writing songs, and the beginning, they were horrible.
They usually are.
But there were a couple gems in those early years, like 16. I actually got 2 songs that we've recorded that I was 16 years old when I wrote them, and they're winners at the bars and everything. So that's wild. But yeah, I started playing and writing when I was 16, and then kind of stopped for a while, and then didn't actually start doing anything on stages or anything until probably 8 years ago when I started helping out our church with co-leading worship, and then right after the Fauci ouchie stories and all that, I don't know if you're putting it on YouTube, I don't want you to get terms of service, but when that kicked off, then I had just started playing in Fredericksburg in a couple of spots, and then everything shut down. And then, of course, Fredericksburg's like, we don't care. If you have a drink in your hand, you don't have to have a mask, and everybody was down there. So
have a drink in your hand and walk as low as you can sit, apparently, because when you sat, everything was okay.
Yes, that was true. So but yeah, and it was rough for the big guys, Randy Rogers, Wade Bowen, all those guys. They couldn't go anywhere because they drew too big of a crowd, and then the ones that were getting started, well, we weren't drawing that much of a crowd, but anybody who was around was like, live music? What? And, they loved it. So we had we were playing one spot, and they had tailgate outside of the spot because we were on their patio, and there just wasn't any more room inside.
Wow.
So yeah, that's the genesis.
I did feel kind of special after all that was starting to open back up. I got booked at the Big Barn Do-Si-Do and sold it out. But I sold it out to whatever percentage of capacity they're allowed to have.
Yeah.
And so it wasn't a true sellout, but I was able to label it as a sellout, so it was kind of cool. But it was rough coming out of that too. It was rough going into it. Obviously, it put a lot of people in a bad spot because, I've got tons of friends that they play 6 nights a week. That's how they pay their bills.
Yeah.
They're not out there necessarily doing the true tour thing and music on the radio, but they're musicians. They're really awesome, but they're going out and making their $300 a night to pay their rent. And that
grinding.
Yeah, that was tough for them. But coming back, because I did catch it, and my brain fog was real. In that particular show, I could not remember a single word to a single original I'd ever written.
Oh wow!
And so my drummer just hollers out, "Just play something they know. Let's get it going." Because I just kept stumbling. Luckily though, my sense of humor was on point, and I had the place rolling like I was Jeff Foxworthy or something. So I was able to make up for it with jokes. But I really could not remember a single word to an original song at all. And I think the muscle memory was gone. And it was so hard coming out of that. Do you remember, did you have to take a significant break, or because you were up there in that area, you were able to kind of continue to?
Well, I think when that started going off, we actually went into studio and started recording the first two songs. Only one we released to radio. And it's kind of worked in my favor a little bit. I hate to be the guy who just kind of picks the scraps off the carcass, but I got radio promotion at a deal because nobody was promoting, and I got my studio recording at a deal because nobody was recording, and then we actually built a relationship with Mac Damon and Stone Creek Sound, and we've been with him the whole time because he's amazing.
Yeah.
So Yeah.
Hey, you got to make hay while the sun shines. There's nothing wrong.
Yeah, it's true.
Nothing wrong with doing that. You were willing to continue to be out there and do it. You didn't just say, well, I guess I'm done and I can't do nothing.
We saw a lot of people fall off, too, because, I don't know if you know who Mark Sebi is, but he was my first promoter.
Okay.
And he was still kind of young in the promotion business. He had a few people on his roster, and a number of those people don't do it anymore. And it wasn't just the COVID thing. It was everything trying to build back in when the doors opened up for everybody else to be back out there.
For me, it was I did a complete shift in lifestyle. And I have 2 boys, and the first one, I missed most of his childhood being out there on the road playing the music and doing the thing. And the second one, I got the opportunity to be an assistant baseball coach for him and all this other stuff. I was like,
nice.
Once everything picked back up again, I was one of the guys that fell off basically due to just I really liked where I was with my relationship with my family and being involved with my kid and not wanting to miss out on the second kid's childhood. And just that at that time was more important. Now he's going into his junior year in high school, and I'm sitting there going, okay, I got 2 more years. I'm going to have to get back into music because I'm going to go crazy just being all alone all the time doing nothing.
That's awesome.
And so I'll make another push for it here in a couple of years because I just still have the bug for sure.
Oh, yeah. But it doesn't go away until, just something terrible happens. You're just like, I hate this now.
Yeah.
But I got a sophomore. My son's a sophomore. We had 2 daughters. They graduated before we actually started doing this because there was no way I was leaving my daughters home.
Right.
Yeah. I trust my boy. I didn't trust them. Well, I didn't trust who they would bring.
I understand 100%. My boy's one of them.
But if you look at my schedule, right, because we were talking about that, you'll notice that we don't have Fridays during football season.
Okay. But you know what? Tell me you're texting without telling me you're texting. That's it's.
Well, we adapted to the lifestyle because we're transplants.
But that's a Texan thing right there. Friday night football is religion.
Yeah,
around here.
Last year it was Thursdays we didn't do.
Okay.
Because he was the quarterback for JV last year. But
all right.
He got pulled up to be a receiver and a safety for the varsity team.
Awesome.
So, yeah, and his coach actually had gave him some great flowers. Jamie recorded him on the cameras outside the house. When you want to know when Amazon's coming. So he had a camera out there by the road. And he was out there. He had set up the trash can to be a body, and he's had his cone set up out there, and he's running his drills and everything. And the coach ended up making a post about it too.
Oh wow!
And gave him real nice flowers on that one. Just saying, like, this is what it looks like, 2 feet in. This is how you do it.
Everybody loves somebody that'll work, especially like when it comes to athletes. If that kid's putting in the work and he's not bragging, he's not doing it to brag. He got caught on camera.
Yeah,
he didn't set up the camera.
Yeah,
and that's just man. That's what it takes. That's who goes to the next level. So.
And what's funny about it is, yesterday and the day before, he kind of he felt like the coach was riding him.
Yeah.
And I told him, I was like, well, that means he's investing in you.
Yeah, he sees something.
Remember last year, he didn't even talk to you.
Mm-hmm.
So and then that all happened, and he's doing good. I'm proud of the kid.
That's awesome. That is awesome. Well, man, we could talk for a really, really long time, but you also, I'm digging this conversation. I really am. You have a guitar just sitting over there, though.
And I do.
And I want to hear what you can do with that guitar and sing us a song and sing everybody home tonight.
Okay, we can make that happen.
All right. Tell everybody where they can go find you on socials, and your website links to all of that. But
yeah, for sure. ChuckWimerMusic.com. It's WIMER. And for all the socials, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, it's Chuck Wimer Music. And then for all the streaming, it's just Chuck Wimer. Awesome.
All right. Well, y'all go check it out. I already did. It's good stuff. You're not going to regret it. And thank you for stopping by and being another one of my inaugural guests on this podcast adventure.
Well, thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Let's get that guitar out.
All right. Well, here's the new song, Life Goes On. Sun keeps shining, birds keep chirping, the world keeps spinning. What I'm learning, as bad as things can get, life goes on. And teachers teaching, and preachers preaching, and lovers loving, it leaves me thinking. And time go by so fast, but life goes on. Life goes on and on and on and on. People go to work, singers sing their songs. I can't complain, 'cause there ain't nothing wrong. Life goes on. Drinkers drinking, cheaters cheating, fighters fighting, leaves me thinking. Sometimes it's hard to see that life goes on. When bills are piling, nobody's smiling, and children crying, and loved ones dying. But we'll all make it through, 'cause life goes on. And life goes on and on and on and on. People go to work, singers sing their songs. I can't complain, 'cause there ain't nothing wrong. And don't forget how much it means to make some time and live the dreams that disappear if you stand still too long. Life goes on. Ain't got no time to hang my head when the month runs out and the money's spent. No matter how hard things might get, I know that I'll be fine. Sun keeps shining, birds keep chirping, the world keeps spinning. What I'm learning is life goes on and on and on and on. People go to work, singers sing their songs. I can't complain, 'cause there ain't nothing wrong. And don't forget how much it means to make some time to live the dreams that disappear if you stand still too long. 'Cause life goes on. Life goes on. Life goes on. Life goes on and on and on and on and on.
Well, that'll do it for another This Week in Texas Music. We'd like to thank everybody for stopping by. We'd like to thank our guests. We'd like to thank you, the listener out there. Don't forget to share this podcast with your friends and family. Don't forget to share it on social media. Help us get those likes and get those subscriptions up. Make this thing a big deal. We would love that. You always make us feel like a big deal no matter what, no matter how many followers we get. So we appreciate y'all being along for the ride. Thank you for letting us be the soundtrack to your Saturday night or whatever night, since you're listening to it on a podcast. Do whatever you want. We're just glad that you're doing it with us. Thank you for tuning in. We'll see you next time.